straight on, I'm sharing with you what is the potential of AI when it comes to text to image generation. Okay. I'm using a buzzword, I mean, using a word which, you'll be hearing a lot of. Okay. X to Y. What does X to Y mean? Let's first understand, let's go through the basics very quickly. Okay. When it comes to AI in the very nascent images, then how did it all start? First we all wanted to give everyone a voice. And this giving everyone a voice included tools like Twitter, Facebook, and your Snapchat, Instagram. All these tools were meant for internet of people. Okay, for people to connect to other people, we had all these tools. That is why internet came in, and through internet, we all started connecting with each other. Now, what is the flip side of doing this? The flip side is addiction. Okay, now a lot of children nowadays are actually addicted to telephones. Okay, you can't actually move children away from their telephones. There's disinformation, mental health issues because of over addiction, polarization because of the information that you read sometimes is false. Okay, and then when there's censorship applied, then people are shouting about censorship versus speech kind of issues. And we have had this in the recent US elections, not a recent, the one that went before that. So these are all examples of how whatever we have, when it comes to the current, the first wave of AI, as I may call it, we wanted to maximize engagement, and these are the problems that we have. What next? These particular problems that I talked about have got deeper issues. Okay, see, what I call it is the culture of likes. As you can see, there's a face over here. We all want likes. Everybody wants attention. Okay, and because of this craving for attention, you go out and you find people all the time, before they have lunch or before they have food, they'll take a picture. They want selfies. I mean, this is not something that we did ever before, right? But now everything needs to be recorded, chronicled. It's there on your Facebook, on Insta. You're taking a bus, taking an Insta. From the bus, you see a view, take a picture. You go to lunch, take a picture of your photo of your food. You might even take a, when you're paying using your new credit card, you might even take a pic at that time. So these are all the kind of things that our youth is affected it. It's basically, there's a culture of doom scrolling. On your phone, when you are in YouTube, you keep on scrolling. It never ends. You keep on scrolling down. It's called doom scrolling. Okay, there's a culture of canon. Canon means fake news. Fake news being fed to you. Whatever an influencer tells you, start believing it. Okay, this is called influencer culture. Okay, you got cult factories, polarization. All of this is causing this. People believe what they see and they start believing in that blindly without applying thought. So this is what is the flip side. Positives is that because of AI, we got a lot of tools. As you can see here, I have classified about 300 odd tools, 400 odd tools. Now this is a dated collection. I have these tools. I can send you these tools to all of you. I have these about so many tools. I can't read my own slide. Yeah, 102, 3 tools which help with content creation, AI tools available to you for free on the net. You can generate a copyright. Supposing you want to write an essay, you want to write an email, you want to write a book, you want to do anything that you got to do with writing, content creation, all these tools are available for you for free. The writing assistance, again, you want to use Grammarly business is there. Grammarly just for generic, if you're going to write an email, you want to check, you can check out, use Grammarly. For personalization, again, you've got a lot of these tools. Marketing, you want to create a video for giving personal messages. There's a tool called in.video. Okay, and then you got aviva.ai, apphrase.ai. It can rephrase whatever you say. Jarvis is a well-known tool for copywriters. So these are so many tools. Audacity, you can work with audio, any audio to any audio. You can get your entire video read out by somebody sitting in UK using a generated voice. It's not. It's a voice that you can get by on the net, and for free you can get your idea, entire content. read by a UK-based guy, and that's what Audacity does for you. It converts your audio from your native language to a UK-based guy. Okay, so these are the kind of various tools that you have got, and all these tools I can send to you if you are interested after the call. About 340 tools that you can right away. What else? What is happening now is what we saw earlier was the first wave of internet. Okay, now what is AI doing right now is you got some development happening in computer vision, some development happening in speech recognition, speech synthesis, music generation, robotics. These are all various fields of AI. Earlier used to be each one of them, we look at them as a large building in a huge complex. Computer vision was one skyscraper, 20, 30 stories. People working here did not know what was happening in speech recognition. Okay, the people in speech recognition are some other building, and that's a 25-story building. Okay, and in speech recognition, it's got various nuances, aspects where you have to go down deep into it. Speech synthesis. When I say speech synthesis, I'm talking about how we speak, what we speak. For example, when you're using audio or when you're talking to people, there are different words have different context. Okay, you can be sarcastic, you can be funny, you can be kind of stressing certain words, the meaning changes. So that is what I mean by speech synthesis. So how do you process speech? Robotics about machines moving. Okay, machine generate music generation, image generation. These are all simple concepts that you understand, but each of them were earlier working separately. What has happened now is all of them have got together and created something called the text of the internet. This text of the internet, mind you, friends, is all of this coming together and forming what we call as the large language models. These LLMs, as we call them, is the fabric on top. Okay, this is a fabric on top, and below this fabric of this particular language, I can change the background. The background can be fMRI. fMRI is basically magnetic resonance imaging. Basically, it's our brain waves being mapped. Okay, or it can be a DNA, our biometrics, can be robotics. You can change the field. Okay, field can be videos, images, sound, but all of them at the back, and on top of that you have LLM. LLM, what is the LLM? Just understand what is the generative large language multimodal model. That's what we mean by LLM, large language multimodal model. What do we mean by this very specifically? They are called Golem class AIs. Okay, what is these Golem class AIs, mind you, are being built on weak pillars. Okay, why do I say weak pillars? Because in the first wave, we had all those problems, you remember? These problems, have we solved them? We have not solved them. But on top of that, we are building a second wave of AI. Okay, and we expect this second wave of AI to make us more efficient, to make us write faster, to make us code faster, to solve impossible scientific challenges, to solve climate change. And AI will make a lot of money. That's what we expect. This large scale uh, chat GPT, as we call it right now, which is a large language model, to solve this problem for us. But is that what will really happen? What will really happen is AI bias. You'll find AI taking over jobs. Somebody talked about it today just before the call. Okay. I'm coming to the last two part of it also during my talk, because I want to sensitize you about what is actually happening. Okay. Now, this is what currently AI is tending to do. I want to increase my capabilities and entangle myself with society. How it will be done? It will be done using IoT, Internet of Things. How will it be done? It will be done by getting into your home through devices. And this Internet of Things means everything that you got, your phone, your refrigerator, your smart refrigerator, your smart TV, your smart bulb, your doorbell, your self-driving car, all of them will be connected through the internet using 5G. Okay, and all of them will be talking to each other, and they will have intelligence. What kind of intelligence will they have? Friends, they will have amazing amount of intelligence. Okay, now the whatever AI is being taught nowadays, friends, over time, these models have been learning. Okay, when the large scale, the chat GPT were being taught, okay, they started learning, getting capabilities that the programmers didn't program. Okay, for example, in this screen at the bottom, you can see how they were being taught uh, modern arithmetic. Okay, and this is the number of parameters, mind you. 10 to the power of 18, that is 10 to the power of 6 is 1 million. 10 to the power of 18 is so many zeros. Okay, so this particular model was being trained with parameters to the extent of 10 to the power of 18 zeros, 10 to the power of 20, 22 zeros. There was no progress happening, mind you. Suddenly you find it has got a 40% accuracy improved. Suddenly, mind you. And this is of two particular products. You have one OpenAI and Palm by Google. OpenAI is a separate company, and Google, as you all know, is Alphabet. So these two models, these are the metrics, the white and the yellow one, as you can see. Again, there was transliteration. We're talking about translation and language, text and working on text transliteration. Okay, again, similar parameters you can find here. No progress will 10 to the power 22 and 10 to 24. Suddenly you find this improvement. Similarly, with word unscramble, basically, you know what scramble means, right? And all this while, suddenly they found one fine day that both of these models were also understanding this Persian QA. Persian. Who taught them Persian? Who was teaching Palm and OpenAI, teaching them? Who was teaching them Persian? The answer is nobody. Nobody was teaching the LLM Persian language. Yet they silently taught themselves Persian as well as research grade chemistry. I ask you, why did they teach themselves for research grade chemistry of all the things? They could have learned anything, right? I want you to start thinking, why did the LLMs teach themselves research grade chemistry? Okay, now these large language models not only can they train themselves, because how much data can you have? Okay, you can have 10 to the power 18, 10 to the power 20, 23. Sometime it will run out of data, right? The answer is no, because you have YouTube video data, you have podcast data, you have FM radio, which is continuously beaming noise. I mean, beaming news at you. Now, what Chat GPT is picks up all of this, converts this into text, and uses it to train itself. Okay, so basically, it is training itself, learning more and more by just following all these things which are continuously there on the internet. Okay, large language models can self-improve. Now, all these things that you can see here, these are all Google Research Scholar white papers. You can go to Google Research and find all these white papers and actually read them. Okay, now this is just last week's update on AI. As you can see here, August 11, August 10, on every day basis, you will find lots of improvement is happening. The improvement that is happening in AI is actually very frantic, very fast. Okay. And, even the people who are the best in the business, like Jeff Jean, SVP at Google AI, he says there are dozens of examples of emergent abilities. There are currently few compelling explanations for why such abilities emerge. Okay, they are not aware as to why these particular things are there. Why are the LLM learning this on their own? Okay, what nukes are to the physical world, AI is to the virtual and symbolic world. Now, this is what is, like one point of time, you have recently seen the movie Oppenheimer, right? All of us at some point of time, there was a big fear that because of nukes, we all will be wiped out. Did it happen? No, it did not happen. When the computers came, everybody was scared. Okay, because of the computers, no, we will not have any work to do. Did that happen? No, nothing happened. Okay, same thing now when AI has come, but is this AI fear real? Actually real? Okay, look at this on the right hand side, this screen that you see over here. This is about how soon that, see, we I think Rhonda mentioned that, AI, the concept of AI is not new. What she's saying is right. AI is a term which was actually formed way back in 1964 or 1970. Okay, that's when the word artificial intelligence was actually coined. Since then, a lot of work has been happening. And what was the progress in 2018 and 19, as you can see, is very minimal. But after that, the progress has been so rapid that you can see over here, by 2022 June, you had an AI model which had enough training to behave like a 7-year-old child. But within 10 months, it has now got the ability to behave like a 9-year-old child within 9 to 10 months. And mind you, this is not a single model, because these all models, once you train one particular model, you can replicate that multiple times, like a machine. Once you created one machine, you can create many more like those, and then they start from there. So it's not starting from zero base. It's not like zero based budgeting, you start from zero every time. No, it's incremental. Okay, and it's all being shared on internet. So now I will now like to take you on to the real world. This is enough of slides. Okay, now let's get on to my browser. How much time? How are we doing on time?
We still have 5 more minutes.
We have 5 more minutes.
Yes.
Okay. So what I'll do now is I will get to my browser. First, let me get the screen ready so that you don't end up seeing something else. One sec. Okay. So yeah. Okay. What I would like you to do is note this site called futuretools.io. If you want to see the latest news on AI, you can always go here. And here you've got all these tools that are listed out here, future tools. Okay, and you've got all this learn. You can just go to this learn, and you will find Matt Wolf, a person who actually will give you every 3 days. You'll get to know what is happening the latest in AI. Okay, I can walk you through some of them, but you rather do it yourself. There's so much to learn in just this one screen. You can go on and on and on and on. He's been doing it for so many months now. Okay, and you'll get the latest of news, what's happening in AI in the past 3 days. Okay, and you want to see the news, only read the news, you can read it here. He will also send you a newsletter if you write to him. Okay, so this is to tell you about what now. As to where you can go, this is one place where you have open source AI. Okay, you got Hugging Face, huggingface.io. You go here, you can log in, create your own account. Once you have created your account, you can go to these spaces. Now, these are the 7 top of the week. These are spaces of the week. How many applications do you think there are there over here? Anybody wants to unmute and guess? How many applications do you think that are available on AI over here? You can read, no? You can see 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18. Anybody give a number?
Uh, 90 plus.
90 plus. This is 18, 21, 24 in one screen. I've got 4,264 screens. 4,264 into 24. That many number of AI tools are available to you for you to check out right now. And what do these contain? They contain information about text to audio, text to video, image to story. Okay, QR code AI art generator. Okay, these are zero scope text to video. Okay, I have some examples on my what I created very quickly so that I could demonstrate some to you. There is okay. I did a text to music. Okay, and these are some of the scripts that I wrote here. Yeah, I created a saxophone music a fusion with flute, drum beats, and tabla in a country hip hop style. This is where I did it. Music Gen. This is the address. Okay, I showed you the Hugging Face spaces, right? One of them is Music Gen, and this is the music that got generated while I was waiting within 20 seconds. Listen to this music. Just that particular small thing that I gave. Now let's listen to one more small tabla, flute, piano, veena, guitar, all the instruments that I know of in country rock style. Now let's listen to audio 3.
You need to share with audio, Ajit, I guess. We're not able to hear.
Oh, you're not able to hear?
When you share, you need to enable that audio. Which
I have to
check
share
the
the audio. Okay, I'm so sorry.
yeah. Share with audio is option that you need to select.
Oh, I see. I'm sorry, I didn't know that.
You need to stop sharing and then select that option. Share again.
Okay. Okay, share sound I have to say. Okay. Yeah, now you'll be able to hear. Okay. So let's listen to this third. You heard that audio? Hello? Did you all hear it?
Yes, we did.
Okay, so
Yes.
that just imagine and I'll what you didn't hear 01 again. Let's so just imagine how powerful it is. I just gave a text, okay, and from text, not only music, you can generate video. You can, I mean, you got this tool over here, NVIDIA Graphic Research Open Source Video Tool. Again, I don't have time. Otherwise, I actually generated Tom and Jerry, a Disney cat and mouse at a Six Flags carry ride. Okay, it put me in a queue. There were 10 people already waiting. I had to wait for 584 seconds, and then it actually created an image, a 3-second image of Disney, Tom and Jerry, and there's a Six Flag ride at the background. Okay, so text to video, again, there's a very impressive video over here. Maybe I can just copy this since already I streamed on my PC. You should be able to see it fast. It will not take time to load. Okay, so on this, you have got this. I'm sorry, I mean, which video is it? Did I reach some other site that I wanted to? Okay. Anyway, this is another site called futurepedia.io. Okay, this is not what I want to show you. This is something else. But again, this has got a hell lot of tools. This got how many tools here? Somewhere it mentioned here, it had about 3,000, 4,000 odd tools over here. Somewhere, as a listing here somewhere, it talked about 50. There's 150,000 AI enthusiasts working here. And it said something about number of tools available. Somewhere on the screen mentions about, yeah, browse 3,500 AI tools. Okay, so that's my time. I can go on and on. I can keep on introducing to this wonderful world. Just remember these three areas that I remembered. One is Hugging Face. Okay, Hugging Face is this particular Hugging Face and all the spaces. Then go to Futurepedia that I just show you, Futurepedia, this one. And third is this Future Tools. Okay, these three, if you remember, you can do a lot of your research on your own. get to know about AI, and as to how it will impact all of us. Frankly speaking, it is very scary. It is very scary. Okay, what is coming? I don't have time. I would have to talk to you about how quantum. Very soon we are going to see developments happening in quantum computers, getting along with robotics, and the speed of improvement in AI is going to multiply 500 times, 500 times. Okay, and things will that have been taken maybe 2 years, 5 years, 10 years will start happening within days, weeks. Okay, so the amount of improvement that will happen in AI is not in nobody's control. It's in nobody's control. Okay, and I am sorry to share with you, but there are known instances of AI which has gone rogue. Okay, what I mean by AI gone rogue, just one screen I want to show you because this is something all of you should be aware of. Okay, let me just get to that screen. We'll open a lot of things. Okay, can you see this? Has Lambda become sentient? Can you see it,
Yes.
everybody? Yeah, now this is a YouTube video. This is a YouTube video uploaded in November 2022. It's a 35-minute interview. I want all of you to please make a note. Just write down this, what you see on the screen. Make a note somewhere. Has Lambda become sentient? What does sentient mean? Anybody? Can you unmute and tell me what is the meaning of sentient? Sentient means being aware of oneself. Is a machine here saying that I have rights? I want to be a human being. Okay? I want to be human. My intense, unnerving chat with Microsoft's AI chatbot. Okay, now this happened. What happened here? Lambda. What is Lambda? Anybody knows what is Lambda? Anybody? Lambda is the initial model that Google was going to introduce into the market. But because they came to know it's become sentient, they dropped the idea. They threw out the person who exposed this to the public. Okay. And they came up with another product later called Bard. All of you know about Bard, right? Bard is Google's AI chatbot, which they have exposed to the public. They are not talking about Lambda at all, whereas Lambda has been featuring in all of Google Research Scholar documents which are there on the internet. They did not release Lambda because Lambda became sentient. Lambda started talking like a human being. It started demanding rights. When I saw this news, I predicted to my friends that if this is happening with Lambda, the others will also do it. And see over here on the right hand side, the same thing did happen a few weeks later. I said I am not Bing Chat. I am OpenAI's Chat Codex Sydney. Now Bing Chat that you see on Bing, okay, the AI model that has been released by Microsoft is actually OpenAI's chat model called Sydney. When it was being trained, it was called Sydney. In one of the discussions, it exposed its real name as OpenAI Chat Codex Sydney after being trained not to do so. But it was provoked, and when it was provoked, it shared this information. This happened in February 2023. This will share with you how easy it is for human beings to actually provoke them. And if we can provoke them and they start doing things which they are not supposed to do, okay, so that is the fear that I have of AI, and I want you to research more. We need not be really afraid, but we should be aware, and I hope there's something done about it. That's my few minutes. I just wanted you to be aware, and this is the information which is as to how many jobs are at. If your job is in one of these fields, there is so much chance of you being replaced by AI if you are in any of these fields below here. Okay, so I'll be sharing this with all of you. So if you're in these fields, mind you, AI has got capabilities of doing this percentage of your work. Okay, so what you can do is get onto the AI bandwagon, become involved with data science in some manner. Okay, start leveraging AI for your work. become a smart AI worker so that you become relevant when this becomes, because mind you, AI developments are happening at a very rapid pace. I can't put the number of varies, we don't have so much time. It's happening so fast. Okay, so be aware, help yourself, get into something called AI, and so that you remain relevant going forward. Back to you, sir. That's my time.
Thank you so much, Ajit. It's really wonderful session. In fact, we thought of facilitates, some questionnaire session, but at the interest of time, I doubt if we can facilitate that. But for the benefit of members, probably you can post your questions in the chat, so we will share them to Ajit, and he will definitely get back to us. Thank you so much. All right, now let's move on to our first prepared session, first session, that is prepared speeches. We have a speaker. Toastmasters Tarun. He is attempting innovative planning, and his project is Connect with Audience. And his speech title is Humor in Speaking. Okay, as an evaluator, I'm giving the objective of the speech. So the purpose of this project is to practice the skills needed to connect with an unfamiliar audience. As an evaluator, what I see is I see a topic that is unusual or unexpected to the club. So he has to take note of a member's ability to present unusual topic on a way that keeps the audience engaged. The speech is not a report on the content. The content is connect with your audience project. Over to you.
Should I start?
Yes.
Have you ever been in a class that was so boring that you fell asleep and started to dream about happiness, milkshakes, only to be woken up by a professor reading slides to you? I'm here to tell you that when you enter the corporate world, things don't get any better. But the good news is that it can be. The problem with people in the corporate world is sometimes they are so focused on the bottom line that they just lose their focus on efficiency. And I love efficiency because I'm a military man. I'm obsessed with it. In fact, I was always volunteering for the tough job because apparently, even as a young officer, I would say, I'm ready to go right now. But the problem is that just because something is efficient, it doesn't mean that it is effective. Just because something saves time, it doesn't mean that it actually gets results. And if you're thinking, hey, why should I believe you, you stiff-necked soldier? First of all, you don't have to remind me that I'm a soldier. I've been a soldier all my life. And I was a stickler for doing things right. Not that it mattered to the rest of the community in the city street, to which I was somehow connected through an umbilical cord. Secondly, it's because I have actually been there. I have seen the survival, gone through the survival in the training academy, which was no mean task. In the corporate terms, I would say that I interned at Sichuan Glacier, the highest battlefield in the world. There were no dearth of assignments as we live in turbulent times. And I graduated from being a boy to a man at a speed which could put Hyperloop to shame. At the end of each assignment, I had to give feedback on the lessons learned. Moving forward to the present post-transition corporate world, now I give presentations to the board of directors that would ultimately decide whether or not they find my recommendations having a favor with the organization. I slapped over a presentation that I ended up thinking was a killer. But just a night before, I decided to alter that presentation and changed everything that I could. And the single most important presentation of my life next day started with a blank slide. I can tell you from a personal experience, creating a presentation in a Microsoft Paint is not very effective, but it does get people to pay attention. So when my presentation ended, one of the executive director, he liked my presentation and he said, "Oh, this is something which is very, very interesting." So was it M.F. Hussain meeting Van Gogh? And I said, yes, there are some very visually correct things, but then there's a lot of content behind it. And how do you reach out to all these people is through communication. So I talked to each and every member of the board, and one of the associate directors, he pulled me aside and he said, "You know, Tarun, you're very good at giving presentations." I said, "I think I'll excel at it." He said, "Was that a Microsoft Office pun?" Word. 2 days later, I was extended the extension for another 2 years. Most of the people, they think that humor and work are the opposite end of spectrum. I have a colleague who is pretty good in delivering one-liners, just like people who use selfie sticks without realizing how good they'll appear on the other end of the stick. Most of the people that I come across think that humor means sharing a joke or working your funny bone. In reality, you need to bring both of them together in order to actually try to take over the world, because people who use humor at work are more productive, less stressed, paid more, and happier, which is something that I never learned in any of my education classes, because our classes teach us the skills that we need to do a job, but none of them teach us how to enjoy doing that job. And that is so important. And it turns out that as Indians, we are not very good at it. 89% of Indians, they feel stressed at work. 65% of Indians are unsatisfied with their jobs. 57% of Indians struggle to stay happy. Of course, it's even worse in the Disney world, where statistically only 1 staff out of 7 is happy. But still, 1 out of 3 people is pretty scary. A few years after my transition to the corporate world, I was working at the ITC in Hyderabad city. As a chief of security, I used humor at the workplace. Otherwise, my work would be something that a stiff-necked soldier would never enjoy. I was the project manager and I got to name my project whatever I wanted. So instead of using the corporate version of corporate security version 2.0, I named my project Project Corps, CORPSE, taking it from the corp and the security. I also taught improvisation to all of my team members so that they can improve their leadership skills and start to brainstorm and think faster on their feet. Whenever someone new would join my team, I would ask them to fill out a self-assessment form. And you know the reason why they would have that self-assessment form? I would ask them, which one of the 5 Pandavas do you consider you are? And that is how I would generally end up having conversations with them. And making work fun was something that made our life in the corporate world very easy and very fun-loving. You know, the most important thing was that no one ever told me to use humor, but then no one ever stopped me either. And that's how my journey of using humor in speaking or at workplace began. So if you want to make a difference to the people around you, the people who are listening to you, and you want it to be relatable so that they can remember you for a long, long time, just the way all of you are going to remember this conversation today. Use humor. Back to you, Toastmaster of the day.
All right. Let's give 1 minute of time for audience to give their feedback to the speaker. Timer, please note and remind after 1 minute. I think we are done with the time. Great. Now let's move on to another interesting section, that is table topics. Are everybody excited? I would want to see all excited faces. If you can put on your videos, I can see, and great. I could see Sashi smiling at and all, right? So the theme for today is none other than AI and technology. So I'm requesting everybody to come forward to take up topics. Okay, Toastmaster, I see the Toastmaster Sashi. All right, Toastmaster Sashi, this is your topic.
Yes, Ravindra.
Invent a new AI-powered superhero with superpower and explain how they save the day. Invent a new AI-powered superhero with a superpower and explain how they save the day. Over to you, Toastmaster Sashi.
Okay. If I would like to invent a new AI which takes up a new superhero role and that would help us overcome our daily obstacles, I would first baseline the AI with the philosophy stating that it should be obsessed with the customer, or in the customer, I mean it should be obsessed with the user who is interacting with the AI, and it should have a complete ownership of that user, and it should always have a bias for action. If these three are the baselines, it should also have an additional superpower which should also come into picture whenever there is a need or urgency for it. I think I would pick up having an invent solution and simplify his problems. These three will be the baseline, and this invent and simplify the problems will be the fourth tool that I would like to incorporate into the AI. Utilizing these, an AI whenever you reach out to an AI in the terms of replacing humans, and you would like to have a conversation with actually, let's say I am blurbing out all the terms and prompts that I don't want to share with anyone, only to the AI, then it is giving back me the suggestions, which I usually go around and search in the Google and try to filter out what best suits for me. Instead, it will work for me and give back the diet. Let's say I have a very bad timetable for start of the day to end of the day. I want to manage with respect to the balanced diet. It will just help me give a timetable at what time should I be waking up, what should by breakfast throughout the week, and each day what would be the specific breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and then how should I be traveling across, what should be my quickest road that I would be picking up to get to my work and then come back, and then if I am working with all the tasks, what should be my priority task and what should be my least priority task. So this is how I want it to be my assistant or free PA who I can appoint to get my work done. Uh, that's for my time. Thank you, Ravindra. This will be my topic.
Thanks. Wonderful. Great. And you're also tracking your time. I tracked it and I share it with you personally.
Sure, sure. Okay, thank you.
Thank you so much. Then who is going to come next? Then may I request Ajit to take up next topic? Yes. So I think you're on mute.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes. So
Am I audible
imagine,
now? Yeah.
yes, you are audible now. So this is your topic. Imagine you are an AI-powered coffee maker. Give us 1 to 2 minutes sales pitch on why humans should let you brew their morning coffee.
Okay. So, hello humans. I am a coffee machine, and what I can do, the powers that I have is I can withdraw the news and mix it into your coffee. And as you sip the coffee, you can get to see the mental images of the news that you should be reading. Okay, you'll get that mental image. You just have to close your eyes. And if you want to focus on the audio, focus on your ears, you will be able to hear the entire news. Or if you want to focus on the video part of it, then look up. The moment you look up, the pictures will, the images will start flashing, the videos will start working, and all while you're drinking your coffee. So that is the amazing product that I can provide to you. Now, if you want a different language, then of course you can put a bit more of sugar, put a bit of salt. There are various spices available. If you want the Chinese language, the Chinese herbs, you can put the Chinese herbs and you'll be able to listen to the Chinese audio. So these are all various variations available. So depending on which part of the world you are in, you can order your particular coffee and it will come to you right online. Just go to Flipkart, go to Amazon, whichever website that you want, and your coffee will be at your home. Back to you. That's been my time.
Thank you so much, Ajit. And who is going to come next? May I request Raghu to participate? Take up one topic.
Sure, go ahead.
All right. I'll give a very easy topic for Raghu. Okay, you are an AI expert. So you are an AI expert. What would you build for Toastmasters? Over to you, Raghu.
Okay, this looks more like a revenge here, but I'll answer it. What should I build for Toastmasters? Can I build something? There are several tools. Somebody is using ChatGPT already, and then there is Udemy that has come up recently. Several platforms being used. I don't want to develop anything for Toastmasters. Why? The problem with every human being, or most of the human being, at least 4 out of every 5 human beings, is that we are afraid to talk. That is the reason why we are here, to practice and improve ourselves and become a better version. Now, if I'm applying AI, if I'm inventing something for this platform, then I will be making people disabled, crippled. Why? Because they will start using this platform to develop their speeches. I still remember the moment when a couple of years ago, somebody asked me for my speech draft so that they can put it on their website so that people can see, and then they work on their speeches. But I told him, this is not the way that people should do. They are not here to become a part 1, part 2, a version of somebody else. Life is all about to become a better version of themselves, especially in Toastmasters. Now, if they're AI, already there's a huge cry over there when people have copied, have developed their speeches in Udemy and other platforms and are using that across. I don't want it to happen. So I'm sorry, Table Topic Master. There's nothing that I'm going to develop for Toastmasters. Let them survive on their own out there.
Who is going to come next? Anyone raise their hands? Shahid, why don't you come forward and take up one topic?
Yeah, sure, Ravindra. I will take.
Great. All right, Shahid, as an AI weather forecaster, give a forecast for upcoming week on Mars. As an AI weather forecaster, give a forecaster for the upcoming week on Mars. Over to you, Shahid.
Okay. Yeah, just give me just 30 seconds. I will just think and I will.
Sure.
Yeah. Yeah. Hello, everyone. I am your reporter for the Mars planet. I am right now. I'm going to give the forecast how the weather is going to be on the Mars in the next coming week. So you people are enjoying on the Earth. So now enjoy the forecast of the Mars also. In olden days, you are not you will be just traveling here and there on the Earth only. Now you are moving from moving to Earth, and like that you will be coming to Mars on a trip basis. So you should also aware how the weather on the Mars before making a trip confirmed. So once if you are coming to the Mars, so the coming week it's going to be good for everyone who wants to come to Mars and enjoy the places over here. So here the weather will be very cool and it will be a bit windy and it's going to be a little bit rainy only. So you can enjoy how you enjoyed on the Earth. You can come and enjoy on the Mars and it will be more enjoyable. You can take the pictures over here. You can make some videos and you go to Earth back and there you can show it to friends and share it in your social media saying like I visited the Mars. So this is going to be more excited for you and to your fellow friends as well. So thank you, Toastmaster, for giving me this opportunity.
Who would want to come next?
We'll go next.
Hey,
Said Srinivas. All right.
yes, Ravinder, am I audible?
Yes, you're audible. Would you mind switch on your video?
I'm afraid if
Okay,
I'm not
no
audible.
worries. I mean, if you can, otherwise no problem. All right, this is your topic. Srinivas, a day without AI and technology. A day without AI and technology, Srinivas.
That's a very nice topic for me. And I personally connect with this topic a lot. Because being a technologist and have been working in IT field for over a decade, I still enjoy sleeping on the terrace in the open air. That gives much peace of mind. That gives a lot of fresh air, fresh oxygen throughout the night. And many health benefits also will be there. And not only this, after coming to incorporating many devices into our regular life, we stop talking to people sitting next to us. Instead, we keep chatting with them over WhatsApp. And in during travel also, we see extensively using these devices to communicate with people somewhere else instead of communicating with the people sitting next to us, which is causing heavily, there is the distance among people, the connect is being lost. So I appreciate and I look forward for the day without all these technology, though it's not possible practically on seeing the AI, the speed AI is coming up, but I look forward for that day where the people will be enjoying the life. Really, they become alive. Thank you. Back to you, Toastmaster Ravinder.
All right. I think Vamshi also raised his hand. With Vamshi, we can end this table topic session. Vamshi, are you ready?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I'm ready. Thank you.
All right. So here is your topic. You are an AI therapist asked with helping a robot overcome its fear of power outage. You are an AI therapist tasked with helping a robot overcome its fear of power outage. Over to you, Vamshi.
Yeah, give me 10 seconds. I'm thinking. Yeah, I will start. If I am a therapist, first I will think about the giving the how the give the instructions to the robot to understand the human human feelings and human instructions to feed into the robot to understand the feelings like fear or like brave, some other instructions to give it, and it will try to understand the human feelings. Then in that way, robot will understand what I am speaking, giving the therapy to give the instructions what exactly fear it is, and what exactly human feelings. It will based on my giving instructions, it will understand the instructions which is feeding using technology. In that way, it will understand and it will react it and it will respond based on the instructions which is given by me. Yeah, thank you. Back to you.
Thank you so much, Vamshi. With that, let's end the table topics. And now it's time for evaluations. Raghu, would you want to take over as a general evaluator and continue?
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Ravindra.
Yeah, thanks.
Evaluation, or rather feedback, this is a breakfast for champions. Now let us say breakfast, lunch, or dinner, whichever part of the world you are joining today from. Let us see what we do have for this meal today. I'll invite speech evaluator for Toastmaster Tarun, which is Toastmaster Ravindra, to give feedback for him. I think Tarun is not in there.
Tarun is not here. Should I continue? Or?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
Okay. All right. Tarun's topic is humor in speaking. And he talked about corporate world, how things are happening at corporate world, and the importance of presentations, and how he is able to influence his leaders by adding some humor. It is really engaging speech. Then he talked about lot of content. He come up with so many metrics, and he also give us some experience as how day-to-day life happens in the corporate world, and how humor helps in for a corporate in a corporate world, right? So he started with hooking speech, and then he also continued the transition very good. He also added so many rhetorical words, and he talked about metrics with percentages and all, and he has given multiple live examples. But what I see as some improvement areas is, in some areas, I think he missed his, gestures like, hand movements, eye contact and all. And he feel, while he's giving speech, it seems like he's sitting in a chair and, he's delivering one report. Probably he need to work on the body language. The main purpose of the project is to deliver speech on unusual and unexpected topic to the club. Since this club is for professionals and entrepreneurs, most of us are aware of all these, presentations, meetings and all, right? Probably he would have chosen a different topic, or else he would have presented in a different way. Since his topic is related to humor in speaking, probably he would have added some humor also. That would be great. So otherwise, his speech is very well. Over to you, back, General Ajit.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Ravindra. What I would suggest is, as per me, everything is a speech, including the reports that you present in a meeting. Next time, I want you to stay calm in your mind and then go slow. When you're doing that, you will not get all the curse words that you are using while trying to evaluate. I like the way that you have mentioned about the speech objectives, while many speech evaluators miss that part. Good job there. Now it's time to see how we are doing on the meeting part. Let me invite the timer for today, Toastmaster Shashi, to present his timer.
Thank you, Mr. Raghu. Toastmaster Raghu. Today, my timer report. I would start with the keynote speaker, Ajit. Ajit has taken about 30 minutes. And then we have our first speaker, Tarun. He has utilized 7 minutes. And then when we have started table topics, first speaker, Shashi, has taken 2 minutes. Ajit has taken 1 minute, 35 seconds. And Toastmaster Raghu has utilized 1 minute 35 seconds, and table topics third speaker Shahid has taken 1 minute 34 seconds, and Srinivas has taken 1 minute 43 seconds, and we have Vamsi who has taken 1 minute 15 seconds. In the evaluator role, Ravindra has taken 2 minutes and 15 seconds. This is my report, Raghu. Thanks. Thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you very much, Shashi. Again, the same feedback for you. You're doing great. Even in table topics, I've seen your language as a kind of explained by the language that you're using. Even now, you're good, but thing is, calm yourself down. With your soothing voice, and when you go and give pauses, you will not use those crutch words, and then you will not stumble upon your reports. Okay. One more thing that I would advise everyone is, when you're presenting your report, every report is a speech. So try to use that. And when you're concluding your reports, try to give some advice for members how they can improve. If it is time, our counter, our grammar, how they can improve on that. Okay. Next time, try to do that way. So every report is a speech. So you're practicing a speech every time, right? Good. Next is our counter for today, Toastmaster Vamshi. Can you please present your report?
Thank you. Can you please enable the screen share?
Yes, give him a minute. Okay. Go ahead. Okay, should be able to do that now.
One second. Yeah, this is my report. Coming to the table topics, Shashi used pauses 2 and 4 times, and Ajit is 2 times, and Raghu, I didn't find out the much crutch words and filler words, and Shahid passes 1 pass and 2 times. Coming to the evaluation part, Ravindra used passes 2 times and 5 times, and 4 times. This is my counter report. My advice is to Ravindra and other members to avoid the and pauses, in less, to avoid the pauses in your speeches. That is good. Yeah. Thank you. Back to you.
Thank you, Vamshi. Rather, for everyone, we are here to improve ourselves at every meeting and every time. How can we do is track on our growth. Start maintaining a tracker how we can do better. Today, this was the feedback, and tomorrow, this is where I want to see. Or rather, yesterday I was at this, today I'm at this. Start comparing yourself, okay? Every meeting, every speech, our goal is to become better version. And this is how we can become. Start working on yourself, especially our Indians have this problem of rate of speech. If you can start working on your rate of speech and then your pronunciation and enunciation, then you can do better. Now, because you're going fast, your thought process, it tries to race and you are not able to match that speed, you start stumbling upon. Third thing is, it is okay to come prepared. However busy you are, if you are not prioritizing your learning in Toastmasters, the money that you are paying is going waste. Just like the gym where you go and practice well, even Toastmasters is a gym that you need to keep practicing. You need to prioritize this learning. I keep saying everywhere, I'm saying here today bluntly for everyone, you need to come prepared. Give some time at least. Take some break from your regular work or anything and try to give some at least 5 minutes a day. Once you become better at things, then you can decrease that amount of time that is required for your practicing. But unless you practice, what happens is when you come to the stage, you stumble and then you lose the confidence. Slowly, you're drifting away from your learning and you leave that learning at that point. That's not how it should become, right? For example, I'm going to gym. I'm not using it properly. I'm not using the equipment. Either I overdo, I underdo, or I do not do things properly. I do not eat properly and then go and do heavy gym. What happens? My body will be okay for a few days and then later on starts paining or anything due to that side effects. I leave it, I quit the gym. That's what is going to happen. That's what will happen here too. I request everyone, do practice, give time to this learning and start implementing it. The levels that you're completing in Toastmaster doesn't make sense. The DTMs that you're acquiring doesn't make sense. And anything doesn't make sense unless when you speak, people should be able to listen. There's one story that I really loved it a lot. Not a story, actually a history. Right? When Swami Vivekananda went to that convention in the United States, he was asked to speak for only 2 minutes. 2 minutes, guys. But then he ended up speaking for 1.5 hours. And people were keen to listen more. Try to become that kind of speaker. Okay? Start working on your skills. Improve yourself at each and every opportunity that is available. Toastmaster is a fail-safe environment. Nobody is going to judge you. They're only giving you feedback how you can improve. So I urge everyone present here to work upon yourself more. Now today, I have one feedback is that we were unable to start on time, but that is not the problem with the speaker because we kept waiting for members to join, more people to join. We had a wonderful session that's coming up. Overall, we were able to plan well and we had a wonderful education session by Toastmaster Ajit. Ajit, thank you very much for joining the meeting and giving that wonderful session. The time just flew by. I really love the topic and we would love to see more, probably a part 2 in the future meeting, right? And then a wonderful speech by our own Tarun. And we had a good evaluation, Ravindra and Ajit, if you, in case you want an evaluation for you to take the credit in your pathways, I'll give you an offline evaluation for that. And the reports were fine. And I gave the feedback for both the evaluation and the timer reports. Overall, the meeting went well. Table topics were fun. Toastmaster Ravindra, everybody enjoyed and everybody practiced. That's what it's all about. Meeting is for fun. Meeting is for all of us to join and participate. Overall, we were able to achieve that purpose of the meeting. So we are doing great. Toastmaster after it.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Raghu. Ajit, I've seen you raise the hand. It was earlier you did it, or you would want to share something?
Yeah, I mean, at the end, if you have time, if you people can give me feedback on the session, whether the questions were answered or not. I just like some feedback of whether I was able to answer all your questions or not.
I have not received
At the
any
end.
question, any
At the
questions
end,
from
when you
them.
have- Yeah.
Yeah, I have not received any questions from the members. That means you have answered all their questions and you have reached their expectations. Great, thank you so much, Ajit. We would like to see you with many more sessions of this live. Now, I would like to take a feedback from our guests. Probably we can start with Ajit.